Greetings, salutations guys and girls, it's Off-Grid Warrior, and boy oh boy, today is a good day to be alive, real good day. Not a bad view guys, what do you think? I have some coffee here, I see a nice little spot over here where we can sit and have our morning coffee, and bear with me with the jumpy camera movement guys, but trying not to kill myself in the name of getting video. Okay, nice little coffee spot. Wow. Whew. I like. What do you guys think? I thought I'd take this opportunity while I take a sip of coffee. Oh, needed that. It's been like 3 days since I had a cup. Okay, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to answer some questions on the dude, why are you wearing a vest? I get quite a few questions on this setup over here, and some folks seem to get a little stuck on it. No, I don't think I'm Rambo. No, I'm not trying to start World War III up here. Now, there's a lot of dumb questions around it, and a lot of them I just quite frankly don't read. But there's also some legitimate questions, guys wanting to know what's going on, what's my setup, and so on. So for you guys, this is why I wear a vest, right? Number one is the way I like to explore is I'll set up camp, and then I like to skedaddle. I might be collecting wood, I might see a nice rock feature or some kind of ravine or creek that I want to follow. I don't necessarily want to put my backpack back on or dig out items I may need out of. Sorry guys, there's a lot of mosquitoes and bugs around here. I may not want to dig into my bag just so I can go and take a little 2-3 hour adventure away from campsite. I like to have items on me all the time, some basic items, alright? It's just a convenience thing for me. That's why I wear a vest, alright? What do I have in my vest? Sorry, I think you guys might be hearing the wind as well. What do I have in my vest? Okay, so depending on what I'm doing, this is going to vary, alright, depending on what the terrain is and what my plans are. Right now you can see in the middle of this vest, I have a camera pouch, right? Obviously I'm doing some filming. I just find it convenient to have the camera on me at all times. If I see something interesting, I want to grab a camera, I can do it quickly, alright? I don't want to have to dig in my bag or have a camera jingling from some rope or clip. You know, I'm moving through the woods, I don't want it catching on anything, so I put it on the vest. So the vest comes in handy for that. Typically, if I don't have a camera with me, I will have a third pouch, just like the one you see here, a third pouch in the middle over here, okay? That third pouch typically has a medical aid kit in. It has a Leatherman. I have a Leatherman Wave, had it for years, really like it. So a multi-tool. I also have a Sawyer Mini, a way to deal with purifying water, right? That'll always be in this third pouch, which I don't have on right now. So in here I have a GPS. This is the Garmin E-Trex 20X. I've had this for several years. This actually is my third one. I lose them every now and again, and they're not that expensive, so when I lose one I don't cry. That GPS does everything I need it to do. It actually takes the small maps you can buy too, terrain maps that give you terrain features, altitudes. It'll show you the points, the pinnacle or the peaks of the mountains. It'll give you some names on streams, on creeks where you can find springs. So I like that. That's the smallest GPS that allow you to do that. All right. I also have a compass. That's actually the other item I'll have in that third pouch. It's not on me right now, but I typically always have a compass on me. It's in my backpack. What else do I have in here? These pouches, in every pouch, typically you're going to find some kind of energy protein bar, right? I always have protein bars on me. This one is actually something new I'm trying. It's the Cliff Energy Shot. I'm just giving them a go, but I'll usually have 3 or 4 protein bars or energy bars on me. So that's in there. Always have a lamp on me. I don't leave this. I actually have two headlamps with me. One's in my backpack, one is always on me. All right, again, I get separated from my backpack, something happens to me, I fall down, I break a leg, backpack isn't with me, I have a headlamp. Okay guys, another reason why I have a vest. I have a Ziploc bag, right? Easy, portable way to carry things, keep things dry, and also carry water if you have a creek. I can put water in this and carry this back to camp. I know it's not a lot of water, it's not ideal, but it serves many purposes, all right? That's why I always have a Ziploc bag on me. Also, if you have iodine tablets or something, you should carry. I carry as like a third backup for water purification. You can fill these bags up with iodine if need be, right? Fill them up with water, put a tablet in. I also have a fire starter rod with me, always in my pouch. What else do I have in here? I have a spare mag for my firearm, right? Ready to go, always in my pouch. That's that pouch. Let's take a look at the other one over here, right? Of course, every man, even real men, need to take poos. And I like to have my toilet paper right on the top, ready to go, you know, in emergencies. It's right here, toilet paper. I have batteries. Let's take a peek in here, all right? I have some batteries in here. Typically they're not in the boxes. I'll wrap them in the groups required for whatever device they're in. So if I need 3 AAAs, I'll typically put a rubber band around 3 AAAs. Make sure that the terminals can't touch each other because they'll discharge their energy that way. So I'll wrap them up in little bundles. That's not how they are now, bad boy. But that's what I have in there. So batteries for headlamp and GPS, another Cliff Bar, deliciousness. I've got a knife sharpener, always have a knife sharpener with me. This is this little Smith's knife sharpener. It's got a coarse and fine, and also has this little, if I can pop it out with one hand, I won't, but there's a diamond rod on here too, small rod for sharpening. All right, what else do I have in here? I have wire, fishing wire. This is a leader line. It's a 30-pound, 30-foot steel-coated wire and some crimps. Now you may be saying, why the hell do you have that always on you? Well, with that I can actually build snares. All right, so that's why that's in there. I always have multiple lighters. I probably have about 6 or 7 methods of making fire between the chest rig and my backpack. Alright, also in my backpack I have 2 water filters with me right now. I have the Sawyer Mini, which is ready to go in a pouch, which I can just connect like I said, and I have a MSR hand pump. That's a great pump, a way to purify water. I recently bought it and I've used it a lot. I find it quite handy. It's a little hand pump with a hose. I'll show you guys, perhaps I'll drop that in. I have some footage. I'll show you what that looks like. So 3 ways actually with the iodine tablets. So there you go guys, you can see some of the stuff that I have in my vest. Okay, it's not rocket science why I carry a vest. Okay, it's primarily just so that I can move away or stay about away from the campsite, away from my backpack, and still have some basic items on my chest. All right, I carry it over here because typically for human beings, most human beings, the area that you want to protect whenever you put in a situation is the front. Your gut and your heart is just instinctually you want to protect. So I just find these items are best on my chest. All right. Also, when I move through the woods, reason why I have a holster on my chest, when I'm moving through the woods, I find that holsters on the hips tend to snag a lot. I often find, you can see the type of terrain up here. This is a mixture of snow and tree, but I had to get through a thick tree line to get up here, which was dense. A lot of my body or person was snagging on trees. So I find that holsters or things clipped to hips tend to snag a lot. That's why I have a pistol on my chest. Okay guys, I'm not trying to be some kind of Rambo dude. It's that's not the story here. So hopefully that puts some light on, you know, why you often see me in a chest rig. It's just a convenient way for me to carry secondary items, all right? Items that are going to allow me to survive for a short period of time if I get separated from my primary load, which is my backpack and or campsite. So there you go, guys. So that's all I can really say. There's no magic happening here. Pretty basic setup, and it just works for me. So I'm sure I'm still going to get questions regarding, dude, you think you're Rambo? Why are you wearing a chest rig? I'm sure I'm going to get those comments. For the most part, I don't read them, so just FYI. Clearly I've read a few, and I know they're out there, but I don't dwell on them, guys. So look at that view, man. Isn't that nice? That's the most talking I've done since I've been up here. I mean, my ears are ringing just listening to myself. So right now I'm going to enjoy my coffee, guys, and hopefully that answers some question on Off-Grid Warriors chest rig. Nothing special, pretty straightforward. Cheers. Hey guys, it dawned on me as I was getting up that I didn't mention the knife that you see here on the chest rig. This is the Mora Garberg. I always have this on my chest rig. You can see I've got a little bright orange lanyard because sometimes Dopey here puts knife down in the woods and it's like, ah, here's my knife. I put it down here somewhere. So I found that this helps me find it. I love this. Mora Garberg is kind of the go-to bush knife as far as I'm concerned. They don't cost an arm and a leg. So if you are a dopey and you lose yours, you don't, once again, have to cry over it. So Garberg, always on me. That's the carbon Garberg. And then I also always have another one of my number 2 favorite knife. This knife is actually my everyday carry knife, and this is the Ontario Knife Company, the Rat 1. This is the stainless steel blade. Like I say, I carry this every day. Like this knife, been sharpened numerous times. I use it for all kinds of stuff, abuse it a lot, just like I do abuse the Garberg. And that's always on my person. Kind of tough to do this with just one hand right now. And I have another Rat 1, the black Rat 1, black bladed Rat 1, and that's in my backpack. So that's 3 knives, you know, because you never know. Sometimes the Garberg's not ideal when I want to clean my toenails, and the Rat 1 does a great job cleaning toenails. So that's it, the complete setup of La Veste. Cheers. Another thing I like to do when I'm up here is use this stuff. That's right. There are sometimes, guys, when I am just, you know, yeah, I'll admit, I'm a wussy. I like to spray DEET or some kind of tick repellent. Let's just put it this way. Ticks on decks. Yep, you heard right, ticks on decks. I have some experience with this, and I'll never forget that fateful evening getting back from a day out in the field and stepping into the shower and finding a fairly large engorged tick in and on the nether regions. And then I attempted to yank that damn thing out, because I mean, what else are you going to do when you see that? You immediately grab and go, ah! And sadly, actually, if I remember correctly, there were 3 or 4 pulls and nothing happened. Eventually, I yanked the crap out of it. Body came off. Head was clearly still way down in the flesh and meat of my body. And that was just not pleasant. You know, there's just some things, well, there's several things men don't want happening down there. And, you know, ticks is just one of those things. So ever since then, I tend to spray those areas where I could have ticks coming in, you know, around the ankles. They'll crawl up the leg, around the cuffs. I've got a long sleeve on right now. I burnt the crap out of my arms and neck and face yesterday. So wearing a long sleeve today. I'll still spray the sleeves and around the cuff, and then around the neck and the belt region. I'll give it a spray. So there you go. You guys probably didn't want to hear that, but I just thought I'd impart that on you. I like this bend stuff. It's not too insane. It's 30% DEET. There's a few others out there that I use. Hell, I'll use anything to prevent those little blood-sucking bastards from latching onto my nether regions ever again. Cheers. Let's get up there.